Welcome back to our channel. After Sydney, Tokyo, United States, Kenya, this time we are bringing you to Iceland. In the next 10 minutes, you will get to see the most beautiful sceneries of Iceland. We flew to Amsterdam from Hong Kong, and then we transferred to Reykjavik, the capital of Iceland. The total flight time was around 16 hours. Don't forget to check out my video on layover in Amsterdam. So we landed, and half of the people on the flight have their luggages missing, including us. The airline company left our luggages in Amsterdam, and we could only get them back on the next day evening. Oh well, anyway, let's get back to Reykjavik. We visited in December, and there were only 4 hours of daylight every day. We are facing the North Atlantic Ocean. It was around 0 degrees Celsius that day, not very cold in terms of temperature, but it was windy. Iceland has quite a vibrant creative industry. There are many fancy and cute stuff in the shops. The Harpa is the performance hall of Iceland and is famous for its unique architecture. It houses one of the world's best symphony halls and is the home of the Iceland Symphony. This church is the landmark of Iceland. It took 41 years to build it. Other than listening to the choir of bells, you can pay $7 to go up to the top of the tower and look at the beautiful city. This looks like a picture on a Christmas card. Remember to visit the flea market of the city. Other than clothing, jewelry, food, there are a lot of vintage items. It is small, but you will enjoy browsing around and looking at the different weird stuffs. This is my dinner. Very salty. The cake was okay. Dinner of another night, lamb stew, salty. This is complimentary breakfast buffet. We joined the local tour to visit the key attractions of Iceland. If you are not used to drive under icy conditions, we highly recommend you not to drive. The first stop, the Geyser, which is a key feature of the Golden Circle tour. The geyser is small, but it erupts every 4 to 8 minutes and can shoot a column of water up to 40 meters up in the air. The second landmark is the waterfall. The waterfall actually gets the water from the second largest glacier in Iceland. It was rainy and windy when we visited, and everyone in the tour got super wet. I have visited the Niagara Falls of Canada, but still I find this waterfall pretty spectacular. We stopped by a shopping mall that was built right over the fault line of the two tectonic plates. So one side is North America, the other side is Europe. We love visiting supermarkets when we travel, and we got our dinner from this huge supermarket. I like marinated fish. They taste sweet, savory, and soft, and go very well with sandwiches. The next day, we set off before dawn. It was blowing gusty wind when we visited the waterfall. I almost got blown away and had to squat on the ground a little bit to withstand the wind. The next stop was the black sand beach. The sand was really black with a lot of pebbles. The tour guide has reminded us not to stand with our back facing the sea because the wave was really big and it could come really fast. There were tourists got flushed into the sea from time to time. I had lamb soup and toast for lunch. We passed by a place where local people would stack up rocks to pray and make wishes. When we got off the car and started to take pictures, the sky was kind of dull. And somehow the sun came out suddenly, and it became so beautiful. When we were done, hailstones started to fall. So you can see, the ground is frozen and icy. If you are not good at driving, join a local tour. The next activity of the day was hiking the glacier. We had to put on special shoes in order to hike on the glacier and walk on the ice. The hike was about 45 minutes. The hike wasn't too difficult, but you have to concentrate when you walk. The Hollywood film Interstellar was filmed here. You wouldn't regret doing the hike. The scenery was spectacular. We climbed down into the crack of the glacier. It was cloudy and rainy in the first 2 nights when we stayed in Iceland. Finally, we got to see the Northern Lights. I don't have a professional camera, so I only downloaded an app on my iPhone and tried to use it to take pictures of the Northern Lights. I'm not a perfectionist. I'm actually very happy about how the pictures turned out. It was amazing to see the Northern Lights dancing. The next day, we visited an ice cave. We had to hike up an icy slope in order to reach the cave. The blue color in the ice is natural. The next stop is the Glacier Lagoon. This is what attracted me to Iceland. It was very windy when we visited. Let's listen to the wind. More than 10 years ago, I saw a music video of a Taiwanese song named White Wedding by Saucony Basic Funlay. The music video featured the glacier lagoon. I was deeply impressed and I told myself I must go there someday. Visitors are not allowed to walk onto the iceberg in the glacier lagoon. I just couldn't stop taking pictures. It was so beautiful. We really need to do something to stop global warming. That evening, we headed back to Reykjavik, and there was a snowstorm. I had salmon soup and grilled salmon for dinner, both salty. The next day, we flew to Copenhagen, the happiest country in the world. If you want to see what's in Copenhagen, remember to subscribe to our channel. See you next time. Bye!